Let's see. Which of these two? 6 million. No, I think I need the... What's this one? 5.5. That should be... There we go. Let's see if you fit in there. There we are. That's the size I needed. Okay. Good. There. Should be nice and tight. You still spin though? Yeah, you do. Good. I think that should be a good shape to start with. For the prototype anyway. Yeah. You turn that way all the way. Okay, good. Yeah, that should be fun, shouldn't it? Someday. Got quite a lot of work on you before you're going to be anything, but it's a good start. It's a good shape. Oh, hello. Welcome back. It's been a bit since I've seen you here in the brass menagerie. Anything I can do for you? You just sort of popped your head in. Well, I appreciate that. I love customers like you who just come in to see what's what. Sorry about the mess. I know it's a bit of a disaster right now. You see, I'm sort of doing my spring cleaning, I guess you could call it. I know it ain't spring here in Whisperwind, and it won't be for quite a while. That snow and that cold are going to stick around for a while. But once the snow does finally melt, then I'll need to be back out doing all of my travels to Danwood and Eshon and wherever to get orders. So just want to make sure everything's shipshape before then, you know what I mean? So it's a bit of a mess right now, if I'm being honest. Yeah. Although this winter I've actually kept myself pretty busy. That's been nice. You know, sometimes when I can't travel, I just sort of get in this slump. Never good for an inventor to be in a slump. But this winter, it's been nice. I've gotten all of these new ideas and started working on some very fascinating new things. Yeah. You know, I think part of it is actually having an apprentice. Yeah, Kindra, she's full of ideas and wanting to learn. It's wonderful. You know, sometimes I feel like I get a bit stuck in my ways. Never a good thing for an inventor. I just make the same sort of things that sell all the time, and it's been a while since I've made something completely new. Except for this winter. I've made all kinds of things, or at least started and sketched a bunch of stuff. I think a lot of that is because of Kindra. Yeah. Doesn't do to get stuck in the old ways. Longing for a time that's long since passed. Got to move forward. Always keep moving forward, right? Exactly. Oh, that thing I was... Well, it's nothing yet. But hopefully someday it'll be something quite extraordinary. You see this little gadget right here? Well, it'll be attached to a big tank or something like that. I haven't quite decided the specifications of that yet, but this will be used to capture the power of lightning. Someday. It ain't ready yet. This is just sort of the basic shape for now. But yeah, you know, there were these people in Brighthaven years and years and years ago. They were all gnomes. They actually harnessed the power of the storm and used the energy and turned it into electricity. And it was so powerful and so pure. It was fascinating. I never actually saw how they did it, but I thought that this might be a good design for it. Although, of course, you know, they had their big airships to do that. An airship? Well, I ain't surprised you've never seen it. It's been years since I've ever seen one. But no, the gnomes had these giant ships. They were these huge hulking metal things, almost sort of looked like the shape of like a potato, sort of. Yeah, you know, like a big tater in the sky. And if you looked at it on the ground, you never would have thought that it would actually, you know, fly. You would have said it was impossible. But impossible was not a word that the gnomes knew. No. To them, impossible really just meant, well, maybe not today. But maybe tomorrow. Or the next day. Or next week. But someday. Impossible really just meant someday. And so they made these big potato-looking airships that could soar through the sky. It was a sight to see, that's for sure. Anyway, so obviously something like this would be much easier to use if you were actually in the sky. I think it would be quite a while before Isabelle could pull off that particular impossible. Maybe someday. But for now, I'm trying to sort of translate it to something on the ground that we could use. You know, I mean, everyone knows a bit about lightning, about what attracts it, and the fact that it's such pure energy. So if I could harness that, imagine what we could create here. Just imagine. Anyway, this has got a whole lot of work to be done on it, a whole lot of, you know, modifications and additions, and I've got the big tank for it and everything, but it's a good frame to start with at least. Yeah, see, it's got, you know, this top here, you can move it from side to side. That should be good. Should be quite useful to sort of adjust where the storm is coming from. Can you imagine harnessing the power of a storm? Endless possibilities. Just like the gnomes always said. Now look at me, how I go prattling on about the gnomes and the past again after I just said it's time to not dwell in the past anymore. Well, I mean, the gnomes did teach me everything I know. I mean, my father did as well, but, you know, they taught him and he taught me and they taught me directly too. The gnomes are the ones that brought all of this sort of thing to the kingdom of Maladia. Inventions, machines, alchemy, experiments. Wondering about the possibility of our world. That was all thanks to the gnomes. So I guess it's good to remember that, mate. Yeah. Anyway, so that's just a little thing I've been working on sort of on the side. It's going to take some time before it's really ready, I think. But I think it's got some promise. Yeah. Yeah. What all of this have I got over here? Oh yeah, this thing. This thing. Well, this ain't done yet. You can't see that yet. No, it's very far from done. Although, when it is done, maybe I'll be selling one of these to you, eh? Yeah, I think you might actually like that. No spoilers, that'll be another day. Another day. Traveller. Let's see, what else have I got over here? Oh, this little thing. This is something. It ain't for sale. This is actually something that I made for me and Kendra. It's sort of a multifaceted lens. You see, every one of these little holes and all these different little areas do different things. Like when you look through one of them, it sort of shows the energy field around something. When you look through another one, it actually sort of gives you the ability to see through things. As long as they're not too thick and made of certain materials. I can't figure out how to make it work through stone, unfortunately. But you know, metal, clothing, things like that, it can work through there. It's been quite useful when we've been sort of troubleshooting different things around here. Yeah, absolutely. You get to see sort of the inner machinations of things. It's already come quite in handy. Yeah. Honestly, this I should have made a long time ago. I think that'll be a keeper. Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, this one it shows sort of the heat of an item, you know, so instead of looking at the outside, you're looking at, I guess, sort of the energy that that thing produces. Yeah, it's quite fascinating, really. It's a bit complex, I guess, but it's a good tool for those of us who are inventors. You know, the most important thing about being an inventor is that you need to know how to fix your inventions when they go wrong. Because they will go wrong. It was this old gnome who told me that. What was her name? Mez. That was it. Mezwin. I think that was her full name, but we just called her Mez. Good old Mez. Yeah, she had this shop she ran with another gnome. They focused on automatons. Yeah, the shop was called an automatonery. Try saying that 10 times fast. Automatonery, 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 automatonery. Anyway, they were a hoot, those two old gnome women. Smart as a tack, even at their age. They invented some of the most important things. You know, some of the things that really opened the world of inventions to other things. They were the first people to come up with the idea of a rotating gyroscope. Basically, it's this little metal device that spins, and it helps create a sense of balance. See, when you're working on an automaton, a mechanical person, basically, they need to be able to find their balance. You know, you and I, we have sort of an innate sense of balance. We can sense when the ground is sloping and when it's going up, we can feel our way around things. So they were the ones who came up with a way to do that artificially, really. Yeah. Who was it that came up with the idea? Was it Maz or was it Gran? I don't know. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. They did everything together. They were geniuses. They really were. And I haven't thought of them in years. Anyway, yeah, that's I've got quite a mess here, but that's fine. Inventors are always messy. That one was my father who used to say that. Personally, I think it was just because he was incredibly messy. So he said it to make it true about himself. Oh, this one. I forgot about this one. This one should actually be finished. Good to go. I mean, it's still prototype. I haven't really, run it through a whole lot of tests yet, but it should work. Yeah. It's worked in all the tests I've done on it so far. This? Well, I don't have a name for it yet. Maybe you can help me think of one. But this is a device that it creates this huge gust of freezing cold air. So you point this little part at someone and then you press this button here while you're holding down this, and then it'll create this blast of cold air, and it actually freezes things. Yeah, freezes them in place. Now, I haven't actually gotten a chance to use it on a human yet, but it works on squirrels. Don't worry, I unfroze them and they were perfectly fine. But, yeah, quite a fascinating little contraption. Probably come in handy. Maybe even if you just, want a cold beverage in the summer. You could could do just a little gust of cold air there. But yeah, it should be good to go. Yeah. Oh, you're interested in this one? Well, this is still really just a prototype. It ain't really ready for market yet, you know. Usually I don't actually sell things until I have a few of them, and I know that I've sort of perfected the technique of it all. You think this would come in handy? Well, I mean, how can I refuse my best customer, eh? At least my best customer in Whisperwind, that's for sure. You know, I really love living in this town. I love the simplicity of it. I love the privacy, the fact that everyone knows everyone else, and you know, we're all a part of each other's lives. And everyone here has been supportive of having a crazy, eccentric inventor around. But they don't all necessarily understand, you know. Farmers, cooks, weavers, they don't necessarily need new fandangled gadgets like this. That's why generally I just make things that I know are going to sell. But you've really shaken this place up since you come here. Yeah. Nice to have a new face. Someone who seems to appreciate the more eccentric things that I tend to come up with. It's very inspiring. Keep going. Just like Kindra. Just like having an eager apprentice. It's good for the soul, I think. Having a younger someone to teach, to help learn. Maybe that's why Mez and Gran didn't mind when I came about. Yeah, my father always said, don't go to their shop too much because you're going to annoy them. They're busy women, they've got plenty to do. Maybe they felt the same about me. Although to them I would really have been just an absolute infant all their years of life. You know, Gren, I used to call her Granny. She didn't like that very much. she was a good sport about it. She used to call me Little One, which is sort of funny because I was taller than her by the age of 10, I think. But of course, to her, I was so incredibly young, just really a little spot on the map of time. So I was still Little One even when I towered over her. Would probably still be Little One if she was still alive. Maybe they saw me the same way I see Kindra. You know, poor girl, sometimes she gets worried about mistakes that she makes or something like that. And I always tell her, mistakes are how we learn. I'm glad that you went for it. It's true. I like that she is ambitious, that she's excited to learn. It's good to have someone with that fire. I think it's rekindled my own fire, really, in a way that I didn't realise that I needed. But I really did. Yeah. It's been nice having someone here. Real nice. How much for this? I hadn't even really thought of it yet. I mean, I told you, this is really just a prototype. Like, I've tested it on squirrels and some, you know, non-living things, but I have no idea what this would actually do if you were in a pinch. You know, tell you what. I'll let you take this with you. You play around with it. You see how it goes. And then when you come back, I want a full report of how it performs and any improvements or any enhancements that you think it needs, alright? And if you come back with a full report, I won't charge you. How's that sound? No, it's perfectly fine. Like I said, this was really just something I was fiddling with. Keep myself occupied during the winter. It was cathartic, really. To make something new for a change. Anyway, so you take this, you observe how it works. I mean, even if you want to, actually take notes and give them to me, I would not be opposed to that. We like notes here. But you at least just come back with a good report, or a bad report, just a thorough report. You let me know how you like it, alright? Okay. Sounds good. I really don't think that there's a way that it could backfire and hurt you. You be careful with it, okay? I mean, you still got your armor and your helmet and your goggles and everything. I mean, I know you don't wear them around Whisperwind every day, but when you go somewhere, you do, right? Okay, good. Good. It's good to hear. So, you take this, you keep it safe, you keep yourself safe. You let me know what you think of it, okay? Okay, there you go. Yeah, of course. Always happy to, get a good word from one of my best customers. Oh, let's see, anything else new since you've been gone? Well, I've been sort of refabricating these. Did I ever show these to you before? One of your other trips here? No, okay. Maybe I did, it was just so long ago. I don't remember. These were developed, you remember those airships I was talking about with the gnomes? Well, you see, travelling by air is absolutely incredible. But it is something that a lot of people, obviously, have never done before. And so sometimes people's constitution gets a bit, while they're on airships. So there was an alchemist that developed these little pills here. Just these little yellow balls. You just pop one in your mouth and you sort of suck on it. I think they taste like lemon. See if I can get this off. Yep, that's a good lemony scent. And he called them airship sickness pills. Airship sickness, that was a thing. Some people going out to sea for the first time, they get seasick. Well, some people get airship sick too. So he would hand these out to first time flyers. And then of course he sold them at his shop too, once people knew what they were. Anyway, so I was sort of working on developing this a bit further, maybe making them a bit more effective. Not that anyone will be travelling by air anytime soon, but again, you could also probably use them for seasickness. Maybe if you're going to the desert and you're not used to a caravan of camels. I don't know if people get camel sick. Not that people really go to the desert all that often, but you never know. Maybe they would just help with, sort of an upset stomach in other ways too. If you eat too much, drink too much, nauseous from something else. You never know. Could be helpful. I'm not particularly an alchemist myself. I'm more of the inventor, the machines side of things. Doesn't mean I don't know my way around some elements, some things that could improve this. Anyway, that's another one of those projects that is certainly a work in progress. Well, is there anything else that I could interest you in today? Anything that you have of mine that might need some repairs or something? Like I said, first rule of being an inventor is learning how to fix your inventions when they break. No, okay. Well, if you ever need anything, of course, you bring it here and I'll take a good look at it. Even if you just want your armor buffed up a little bit, I can just sort of run a diagnostic on it, make sure that everything's all right. Yeah, of course, free of charge. I stand by my inventions, so I want to make sure that you always have the best gear, the best quality. All right. Well, I should probably get back to tidying up. I told Kendra that I'd have everything done by the time she's done running some errands around Whisperwind. She probably knew that wasn't really going to happen. But you never know. You never know. Maybe I'll still get everything done and surprise her, eh? Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, enjoy your day. Please give that little gadget there a go next time you need it, and let me know how it does, eh? Okay. Well, anything else you ever need, you just pop back in. Brass Menagerie is always open to a friend like you. Alright, well, see you around.